Hey guys, welcome back to the Rail Direct Waxing channel. So, back on the Mini. It's been a week or so since I've touched the car. Been up to the Forest of Dean mountain biking. Had an absolute awesome time up there with my buddy Tom. Ripping around Malai's Pike. Went to the bike centre and stuff. Some fantastic riding to be had. So if you ever want to go mountain biking, I got an e-bike because I'm old and my legs hurt. But yeah, awesome riding. But anyway, back on the Mini. So I'm going to quickly, in this episode, get this wheel arch here tubbed and done. I won't film all of it. So pretty much, if we just spin the camera around a second, I've got to clean up all the paint along the edge here, and then we're going to weld all that up. I've rust treated everything, which I've welded, because obviously there is time in between me doing stuff, unfortunately. So there's the inside. Lines up very, very nicely, to be honest, as you can see just there. I've just got to kind of fettle it in, and then we got the outside. So that is looking all good. So we're going to get that sorted out. We're going to weld that in. I've got some tidying up to do on the weld over here, and I have a new bottle of gas. Woohoo! So 5% argon mix. So I've just wired that bad boy up. So I am going to actually weld down across the top. Down across the top, just over some of these areas. I've got some little pinpricks, and I'm going to take a different tact on this. So I'm going to weld this from the top, and then obviously do a bit of welding from underneath, because I think it's going to be a lot easier. Anyway, that's the plan. So, but I've also got to make sure I've got a nice clean area to weld to. And yeah, I've ordered a gauge, actually, a gauge with two gauges on, an argon gauge. So it shows me how much gas flow I've got and how much is left in the bottle, so I don't have this problem again. This actually came with the welder, but it's got no way of understanding what's left, so I don't run into that problem. So I've ordered one of those argon gauges. Unfortunately, it's not arrived, so I'll just have to deplumb that one, lose a little bit of gas, and wire up the, or should I say, plumb in the new one. So guys, I'm going to crack on with this one, get this looking nice, try a different tact on it. And Marty's Projects, massive thumbs up to him. That guy's Kawasaki Green. This is Java Green. He's his Kawasaki Green. He's painting his quite a few steps ahead of mine, but he's very inspiring the way he does stuff and engineers stuff. So I will put a link to his video or his channel in my description below. So go down to the description and just check him out. Guy's talent's fantastic. I say he's painting his car as we speak, and it looks fantastic. Long way. Am I a long way? I'm not that long way off to get this done, but like I say, I have commissioned a roll cage for somebody to weld that in, muzzle fabrication, so hopefully that does come true, and that way then I can tuck that in. But I am going to be doing the air vent holes over there and there. I did put two blanking plates in many years ago. I'm going to tidy up this area here. Now my welding's getting a little bit better, and just kind of redo all of this area here as well, because I'm not that happy with it. But we've reinforced that bar we've got there, and I'm just going to strengthen that up. And then hopefully the roll cage will run underneath it. That's my battery kill switch bracket just in the middle there. But it's looking good. We're getting there. But anyway, let's crack on and do this, and I'll show you when it's all done. So by shake of a camera, here we go. There we go. One wheel arch, all welded in. Bosh! I actually had a much better result with this one. A much better result. So took all your tips, and basically I welded a lot of this from the top, but also underneath. Didn't have nowhere near, I would say literally 3-4% blow through. I've got to linish this all back because these are like little perforation holes, but as Marty's Project said, obviously I've wire wheeled all of this off, is weld a little bit, weld a little bit, weld a little bit, then come back and fill it in. Don't try and weld all of it in one. That was a major game changer. And also, you can see up here, some of this I've linished back is absolutely perfect. Is my brother-in-law did say make sure both sides of the metal is clean. Now I left paint on the other side and I was welding through. Apparently that retains a lot of heat, and then obviously blows through as well. So with all your comments, a massive thank you. A massive thank you. I've got a lot of tidying up to do, but I've welded that in. But as always, boy, it's a messy job. So cleaning all this off, and I've got to linish all this back and get it all this back to bare metal. I thought I'd clean down through here, and look at that. that has been rusty for some time. Now that's because, oh, just had a little pinprick hole just there. There was a hole here, and water was literally coming off the wheel, going straight in there. It's rusted not too bad, but there's an actual natural drain hole inside the floor. So that water's ran down in here and sat, then obviously corroded through. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to get a plate, make it a plate up and weld that in. And I am going to check the other side as well, because I've not wire wheeled this back, hence the reason why I'm taking everything back to bare metal. So look at that, that's a shocker, isn't it? Absolute shocker. So looks like possibly at some point this has been welded in before, maybe. But anyway, I'm going to get that sorted out. So let's crack on. And that is what fell out of it. That's the back of the plate I've just cut off, so that was very rusty. Albeit the front of it was good. And I've just cleaned it all out. So I'm going to get this all rust treated. Got to do a bit more cleaning and lenishing. And then I'm going to weld a plate in there, get that nice and solid. So it kind of looks like this. So I made a template. This is just masking tape, put it across the hole. As you can see, I've used a pen, trace it out, cut it out. And now let's just turn this into metal. There we go. One metal template. Just crack on, get it in the car. It's very messy in my workshop. Right, put a slight bend in it. Let's see if this fits. This is where this template we had made. Push that in there. Like I say, it's slightly bent. Oh, get it in there. It's difficult with one hand. Yeah, banging. Look at that. Awesome. So there we go. That fits in there. Lovely. Obviously, I'll take the tape off, but I've got to do some rust treating, priming and painting to make sure these boxes are very well protected. I'm going to linish off some of these high spots as well, as make sure I've got no more holes. And then once I've done that, I can actually then prime the whole thing, and then I can just basically grind off here and weld that up at a little bit of a later date once it's all dried. So let's get this tidied up. But I am very happy I've got this one tubbed in. And again, thank you massively to all you people that commented. This was a lot easier this side, just by taking my time and doing things slightly differently. So great feedback, always appreciated. I do need a spot welder, so anybody in Devon has got a spot welder, can I borrow it? I'll pay you 50 quid. Just need to borrow it for literally a day, if that, tops. I just want to spot weld these wheel arches on a post and plug and weld them. That'd be cool. Right, time lapse. Let's get this thing sorted. Right, we had some pinholes. That is now all done. I'm now going to rust treat all of it, including that, and then going to come back when it's all dry, put some primer in it, and then I'll clean up around this area. And away we go. So let's crack on and get the rust treated on. A little Ride Right waxing top tip. Get your rust kill. That way then you can shake it up, put it in an old ketchup or mayonnaise bottle, and you can basically control how much you're using by squeegeeing in, because it obviously doesn't come out. You can put it onto a bit of card, and then you're not contaminating the rust kill in there by dipping the brush metal filings back into it. So what you're using is just fresh stuff all the time, and not only that, it's really easy to mix up. That has worked an absolute treat, and I kind of get every ounce of rust kill out of every bottle that I use. So yeah, absolute must. I would really recommend you guys doing that. Right, so rust kill's all on. I'm gonna let that cure, and then I'm gonna get it all primed up, and then we'll get that plate in. But as you can see, by taking all the under seal off and grinding and welding, it's a bit of a mess. So I'm going to grind up in here, I'm going to grind up inside the boot and tidy all that back, and then have a tidy up, I think. So let's get on and do that, and I'll see you in a sec. So there we are. Had a bit of a tidy up. That side, like I say, has come and gone in so much better than that side. I've got a little bit of fettling to do there, but as the wheel arch goes, I am super happy with that. Super happy. I just need to find a spot welder. So this is now all cleaned out, all rust treated, painted and primed. I will obviously get the new plate bolted and welded into there. I've got a little bit just tidying up to do, but the main thing is the wheel arch is now all tight. All the pinholes, I've literally gone through everything, and the same with this one just over here. So they are all fully tubbed. I'm really happy with that. That side over there has come out lovely. It's come out a lot better, like I say. Those little tips and tricks that I tried are just fantastic. So had a bit of a tidy up as well, so cleaned it all up, and yeah, it's all nice and tidy now. So there we are, guys. Let me spin the camera around a second. So there we are, guys. We are getting there. Got to weld in that plate, this bad boy just here. So I've got to tidy all that up, but kind of ran out of time a little bit, really. Went and had a shower. That was a mucky job, but really pleased that I did actually use a wire wheel. And I am literally taking everything back to bare metal now. Get it to a point where I can get this cage welded in, which will be really cool. Once the cage is in, I can then go around and just fettle and detail all the little areas that I've welded, and just tidy it all back and finish it. I tell you what, I should have shares in these things, because my welding's so pants. I absolutely burn through these, but these are a godsend. But of course it makes a real mess. But guys, stay tuned. Don't forget, hit like, bong, and then hit subscribe, bong, and yeah, stay with us. Like I say, a bit of the same old. Both wheel arches are tubbed. Found another hole. I'll get that done, and also I stripped off that sound deadening with the heat gun on the head lining, because I obviously put the roll cage in. I want to be able to get to it. So by doing that now, it will save me a job later. So guys, I will see you soon.